Hello everyone, so this has been talked about for years and it looks like in the next few weeks the government will go forward with it. Now, there's many different opinions on this subject particularly, and it's a very sensitive topic too, I suppose, in a way, for a lot of people. But being straight up with you, my first impression of it is, they're saying people can object pretty much to organs being donated during their lifetime. Obviously they can't do when they're dead, obviously. But let's put it this way, who's to say they won't do it? Who's to say they wouldn't do it anyway? Because let's be fair, I couldn't trust Jennifer Calmcnee. I couldn't trust any of them, let's be honest. So they probably would take the organs of a person who objects to organs being taken in the first place. I don't think that there's going to be cases like it. Let's be fair, there is going to be cases. They're just sidelining the person's wishes, the dead person's wishes and the family's wishes. They don't care, let's put it that way. I don't trust them. They do it to everybody probably. Because at the end of the day, how is somebody going to check it's only the coroner and stuff like that? We know that the organs are still there. The family's hardly going to go out into the dead person and look and see the organs there. But that's what I'm saying, they probably would do it. Like, it's probably be like at the end of the day too, Ireland has a huge amount of organ trafficking, I would say, organ parts, human parts trafficking. So the state probably will contribute to that, unfortunately. But I don't agree with this, to be totally honest. I know people need organs, living people need organs, I understand that. But pretty much saying everybody must do it. Like if they came along and said to people, if before you put it in your will that you want the organs to be donated and stuff, to encourage people to donate it, but basically automatically saying to people you must do this unless you write it down on paper, pretty much, that you don't want your organs donated or whatever. So there's a huge amount to this, especially, and especially a lot of Catholics, they like to be buried with the whole body intact. Including myself, whenever my time comes, I would like to be buried as whole, like pretty much not my organs taken away, pretty much. I know that might sound selfish to some people, but that's just the way I would like to go, be buried. Whenever that time comes, hopefully it's a long way away. But I don't agree. I don't agree with it in theory that everybody has to do it. Like, I know there's a lack of organs, etc. I understand that, but at the same time, it's where's my body, my choice. Let's put it that way. A while ago, when the abortion referendum happened, to my body, my choice. That's the only thing you heard for the last 6-7 years. That seems to have gone out the window. My body, my choice has gone out the window. In terms of this, but in terms of everything else, I don't know about that either. But I suppose some people are forward. Look at the reaction online. Some people are very forward, and I understand why. Some people share stories of their families needing organs and stuff, family members, etc. I get that. I understand that. I feel for people. I even know people who needed replacement things, and I understand that it's difficult and stuff, especially when there's a lack of donations, organ donations, etc. I get it, I understand that. I'm not going to shout them down and say, you have not entitled to do it, because I understand if you have a family member that needs an organ, I'm not going to shoot you for it, because let's be fair, you need it. But at the same time too, I don't think we should automatically say to everybody, you must do this, because at the end of the day, this is your body. And it shouldn't be, especially when you're deceased and you can't make your own judgment. Like, some people will not know about this when they, unfortunately, before they pass away or on the untimely death, and some people won't know about this, and so we will never know. Some people will probably die now today, and they wouldn't know about this, that the government are considering this. Take, for example, they wouldn't even know, do they have a choice, what's the story, so there's a lot of angles to look at this, and going by this, the reaction online, and look at the public discourse, it's about 50-70, I suppose. What I'm saying, 50-70, 50% are forward, and then the 70% are kind of in the middle or against. So pretty much it's kind of very close to public debate. Like, it is, like, it's not overwhelmingly on the side of, we shouldn't do this, but at the same time it's kind of in the middle. But I don't agree with it personally, because I couldn't trust them. This is the biggest thing about it, is I couldn't trust them to agree with the person's wishes. Say, for example, if a person puts their name down now in the morning, or puts in their will that they do want their organs being taken after their death, would the state respect that? That's what I'm trying to say. It's all about respect it. Would they respect it? Because again, at the end of the day, the family's not going to know. The only people who know is the HSE and the state. if they take people's organs without the consent. Because let's be fair, it wouldn't put it past them, to be truly honest. Because let's be fair, the family are hardly going to go digging around the dead person to see that they still have the organs. So that's the main thing with me. I couldn't trust them to do it. I couldn't trust them to keep the word of a dead person. Let's put it that way. I couldn't trust them to keep the word of a living person, letting know the dead person. Especially Jerry McCall-McNeil and the rest of them. You couldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. But so I don't know. In a way, it is a good thing. In a way, it is a good thing. But in the other way, it is not a good thing just to railroad people that you must do this and you must do that. Because again, some people will not know about this. Some elderly people will not know about this. Only for I look up these things on social media and follow the public discourse. A lot of young people, take for example, wouldn't have a clue this was being talked about. And the majority of people too wouldn't. The only Joes who have 9-to-5 job, who are busy working and have a family, they're not going to be watching what Jerry McCall-McNeil is saying and what they're doing. The only reason why I know about this is because I keep watching what they're doing, and this has been talked about for a good while, and I've always been kind of following this debate and what's the solution and what they're going to do with it. So it seems like they're going to go ahead with it. So we should see, but hopefully it does come good for people who are living, etc., etc. But and hopefully people's wishes are respected, etc. But I don't know, to be totally honest. If you ask me, I don't know. So let me know what you think, because I know it's a very sensitive topic. This, particularly when you lose a loved one, etc. It's a very sensitive topic. Don't get me wrong. But so let me know what you think, because I get the two sides to the argument on this. I do get it. Like, it's not like the other side. No sides are wrong pretty much in this debate, in my opinion. I understand the other side. We need organs. People need organs. I understand that. Then the other side is respect your wishes. And do you trust them to do it? That's the main thing. But anyway, let me know what you think. Subscribe more, and bye.